say taking 1/3 of the cost, they'll bear 2/3 of the cost of Medicare. That's not a solution. That's not a solution. The solution is to encourage preventative health care early on. The solution is to reward healthy lifestyles. So the solution is that Medicare pay based on good, healthy outcomes, not just running another bloody test. And that's in the Affordable Care Act, folks. There's a lot of cost saving that doesn't get scored that's in that bill that Oregon's already doing. That Oregon will continue to do, no matter what the federal government does. To me, we have a great opportunity here to do it right, and it's not by balancing the budget on the backs of our most vulnerable people.
Just like, I feel that the real solution to these issues is universal single-payer health care. It's the most cost-effective, most appropriate solution for everyone.
I believe that we grow our opportunity in our economy and get out of debt so we can take that almost $1 trillion we're paying right now to fund the debt, to get it into the hands of our schools, get it into the hands of our senior citizens. You know, they took away senior citizen benefits in 2009, 10, and 11. You know, they reduced the COLA. They didn't have a COLA in those years. And that was a reduced benefit for the senior citizens. I think we need to stop going to the senior citizens, to the schools, stop shutting down schools and laying off teachers. Let's build the opportunity or economy, get back to manufacturing things, and then take a dividend to fund these issues and allow people to continue on. You know, the most people that are most vulnerable are the ones that are seniors and children, captive to their environment. We've got to stop attacking the schools and stop attacking the senior citizens.
Education is very important, and the education that we give our children is extremely important. It gives them a foundation for the future and what to build on. How often do we see children having to pronounce the Pledge of Allegiance? How often do we see liberal professors teaching socialism in our schools and ignoring the Constitution and ignoring teaching our children the basic principles? So I think we need to take a better look at what we're teaching in our schools so that we can get a better outcome. I do support homeschooling. They seem to test a little higher than those who go to regular school. There's a lot of problems, ladies and gentlemen, that need to be solved. How we solve those has to be without putting it on the backs of others. Freedom is exercised by the ability to do what you want to do without having to hinder someone else's freedom. This is the approach that we need to take. This is the philosophy we need to adopt. Everyone's entitled to their opinion because everyone's important. So stand up, Oregon, for what's right. Thank you.
We probably have time for one more short one. Who's holding the microphone? Jan. Carla's been. Jan.
Jan Margosi at Salem City Club. Thank you all for coming today. I'm so glad. I appreciate all of you. I'd like to take a little bit out of each of you, put it into one candidate. It'd be great. This is a big thing for me. I want to know very quickly what each of you feel about campaign finance reform. I think it's so important.
Well, I think it's absolutely imperative. The worst decision the Supreme Court of the United States has made was a couple of years ago in that FEC United. The more money you have, the more free speech you get. That's wrong. That's anti-American. I think everyone up here will agree with that. That's just the most egregious decision I've ever heard. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court did that. That's why it depends a lot on who the President of the United States is. I'll put that out there. But what's real important is sign up for the amend movement. All right, there's a strong movement growing in our state and states around the country to amend the Constitution so that we don't have corporate personhood, that we don't have a situation where money equals free speech. So it's really, really important that we get on with that. I've introduced an amendment myself as one of the first members of Congress after that decision came out to try and change the fabric. Unfortunately, as many candidates talked about up here, money talks, and a lot of the party leaders on both sides prefer the current system. I hope after this election they don't. It's going to be so ugly and so nasty. I hope each and every one of you rise up in righteous indignation and demand that we amend the Constitution of the United States and get campaign finance reform.
The Citizens United decision, I think, marks a tradition in the Supreme Court of making anti-electorate, anti-people decisions. I think Citizens United is really clear in who the Supreme Court favors, especially when it's predominated by Republican appointees. Campaign finance reform is such a big issue, and there's so much that we have to do if we really want to have a truly representative democracy. I think that we need to fully fund parties and candidates so that people can compete on an equal playing field. And one of the things that we really need to do with the Salem City Club is offering a great example of this, is opening the playing field to everyone who actually is a candidate. I think that is extremely important. I remember in 2010, I was so hurt when I came to Salem City Club and I participated in the debates, and then OPD did Portland City Club with the Republican and the Democrat, and they showed up the so people don't have a chance to actually see who they're voting for in here. And this is essential. I mean, this is just essential as part of having a truly representative. Is to make sure that all voices are included. So thank you so much.
I'm waiting for Congressman Schrader to divide his campaign chest into four. I don't expect that, but I do think that this campaign finance, you know, he has the money, so I'm not going to beat him over the head over that. But I do think this financial thing is something that needs to be addressed. So we do have an equal footing here. Whether, you know, I don't know how it's financed, but we should look at something because I think it just it limits the type of candidates and rule of candidates coming forward, and because of the money issue, a lot of people just can't come up with $1 million. You know, I've looked at the 5th congressional races, and I've seen some people on the Republican side that have spent, you know, $2 million on this particular race for $1,883,000, whatever the number. So it really is money drives who gets elected, and then is that really what the founding fathers wanted when they wanted people in Congress? They asked for the election every 2 years to keep Congress fresh with the ideas of what's happening in Main Street. That's not what's happening because we have over 95% of the people that are in there for a career. My tagline is, it's a mission, not a career. And I think we should have a cycle of people that go in there so we can keep the ideas fresh. Having somebody in there for 20, 25 years, they're actually talking into a silo or an echo chamber. And it's not bringing your voice forward. So that, I think it's important that we have fresh ideas, fresh people, always cycling in Congress. That's the way it is.
You guys clap for French. First of all, I want to thank you folks for having this forum because this is the way that the word gets out. This is how people learn about what all of the candidates are all about. So I applaud you and give you thanks for this opportunity. It's been a humbling experience. I would like to say, as far as campaign financing is concerned, though, I mean, it's quite obvious. You get what you pay for, and in this case, candidates with the most money do have more power. So to level that playing field, yes, I think that we should perhaps restrict candidates to collecting money from inside the state of Oregon and not taking contributions from out of the United States and out of the state of Oregon. That would be one step. Each person would get their money from the state that they come from. That would cut off some of this international politics, some of this national gridlock. The other thing is well, I'm very broke. I don't mind saying so, you know, but I'm very rich in family. I'm rich in the things that are important to me. I'm running for this election, not for the money of it. I'm running for the spirit of America, for our children and our future. If we don't stand up now, it's going to be too late real soon. There's some serious things coming down the pipe. So when you elect professional politicians, then you're going to get the same old gridlock. It's time for new blood. It's time to take a stand. Stand up, America. Stand up, Oregon. And give liberty a chance.
Thank all of you for running and for participating in democracy and for being here and sharing it with us.
I'd like to echo Bill's comment. Thank you all for coming very much. And you know, we have our fifth congressional debate on the heels of the Democratic convention, on the heels of the Republican convention, and you political junkies out there can be excused if you think like you're drinking from a fire hose. But we at City Club aren't going to let you off the hook. We've got a whole fall of political debates and issues. Please notice on the program you'll be hearing from